with your look of misery.
What? What look? Yeah. That's it. We're
Mr.
done.
Announcer.
Turn it off. We're good. Hey, so here we are. We're back. Midnight is flashing. What's this show called? The VHS show. Looking through
VHS
the
Live.
VHS collection. Oh, it's called VHS Live now.
It's been that. I mean, is this a Who's on First gimmick?
Can you alert the graphics department to that so we can change up our branding?
Yeah.
Then?
Hey,
That'll
Bill,
be effective.
it's VHS Live.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. So yeah, welcome back. This is our live chat where we talk about all things VHS. You know, we're usually Chris Roberts is a big time collector of VHS, so he's always got cool stuff to look at, and I've picked up some things probably from the final yard sale of the year, so that'll be interesting. But first of all, got to say a big thank you to our guest last week or last episode 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. VHS, the CEO of VHS, Lunch Meat was on.
Yeah, Josh, he's awesome.
Top guy.
And he set the standard for beer drinking on the for adult water drinking on the podcast. So we won't
I
want to
didn't
get
notice at all.
Yeah. I thought I counted 6 or 7, so next guest got to step it up. I know Bandy wants to come on. That ain't gonna work. He's straight edge, so
that's right. Yeah,
it's no good.
Well, definitely go back and watch that episode if you missed that one. I personally burnt like 2 or 3 top shelf stories for that episode that those two just blew over because Chris Roberts was so enamored with our guest.
No, listen, I wasn't trying to make it about me. I was trying to make it about the guest.
Yeah, no, that was fine. So a couple of big stories from my history.
I would still like to. No, we can still go over your TV editing. We did talk about that.
Whew, that was washed over so quick.
No, we were in the flow, and you said that you had did it, and you gave some examples, and then we moved on.
We could talk about, how you book for edit time, how you book the client, how much your camera rentals are, edit suite rental.
Okay. Well,
although that's interesting to me, it might not be interested to
I do think it's interesting, but I'm thinking about Duke.
Yeah, well, we do have to think about Duke.
Duke is not gonna. He'll tune out.
That's true. He'll
hang up, and I don't need that. Hey,
I trust your direction.
Send Matt a link. He said email it to him.
Email it to him. Okay, so yeah, this is live chat where we're chatting to people, in the chat over here live. And of course, if you want to pop on the show and show us some stuff, you're always welcome to do that too. Just give us a heads up, and we'll send you a link, and you dial in like a telephone call.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Richard and Sal ever found this?
But we'd know, unfortunately.
Right, but I mean, I guess we could just play it off and act like we got pranked so we can make the show. That'd be great.
It was good to see Crazy Alice make a return to the show.
Yeah. I mean, I like the old school nature of it, but I never was a fan.
Oh.
Yeah, some don't resonate, but that one certainly didn't.
I was hoping they'd mention Artie when she came back, but of course.
Yeah, he never, you know him. He's not going to talk about it. That one, we're getting off on a Stern tangent here. That ain't going to help us, but yeah. That one time where High Pitch Eric kind of squeezed in the stuff about Shuley, you could tell Stern's head almost exploded.
Yep.
That was great.
Yep.
Anyway, let's move off of that because only 0.1% people know what we're talking about here.
Oh, Duke is dropping some terms in the chat there.
Yeah.
Oof.
Eric the actor. Dude, I used to love Eric though. He was awesome.
He was the king.
That's one of those guys where I know he was a little polarizing. Some fans hated him, but I enjoyed every time he called. Mm-hmm. I did. Him and High Pitch Eric. I like both Erics. I'm a big fan of both.
No, High Pitch, I get bored of him fast.
Well, but he usually gets the heave ho fairly quick. I mean, he doesn't last too long. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Doesn't
So you
matter.
got some stuff. You didn't get to show anything last time. You showed like one thing, and then we ridiculed you, and that was it. Or I did.
Yeah. Oh, I was really proud of that tape too. That Charles Bronson tape. That was
Yeah.
100% cardboard all the way around. The beautiful shelfware box.
Yeah.
And it was a great movie.
Yeah.
But Chris Roberts and his guys, if it's not horror,
That's
then it
not
doesn't
true.
get
That's not
the
true.
love.
Josh is all about that home video stuff that you used to make fun of me about. He thinks that's the future of archaeological digs because it gives a snapshot of society. I tend to agree with them
I
because
know.
that's why I've been collecting those wedding tapes and stuff for him to get.
And then I brought up, well, you know what? I actually have film from the 50s leading into like the late 60s. And they're
Yeah, but
like,
that's not VHS, man.
What?
We're not talking about that.
I can't win with you guys.
No.
Of course, your horror tapes do have a special, shelf in VHS collecting because they had such low distribution numbers. But I do love the action films of the 70s.
I do too. I do too. I have an action shelf too, Bill. The thing is there was two sections that really caught my attention when I went to the rental stores. And the number one was horror, even though I didn't rent a lot when I was young. It was just kind of, like you see it. But the action movies, you know what I mean? The Ninja, because it was all lumped in together. Ninja, Bronson, Van Damme, Schwarzenegger, all of it. So yeah, those are the big keys to. And then also like wrestling tapes and comedies, but I really wasn't much of a drama guy or the basic thriller when I was renting. So it was kind of those genres, and I feel like that's really that was more the mom and pop vibe too, though. You know what I mean? When you went to like Blockbuster, it was like the top, whatever the new releases were. The blockbusters is all that mattered there. The mom and pop had all the cool shit.
Yeah.
What's up, Derek?
Actually, Tarantino was on, I think, he's been all over, but he was on Seth Meyers talking about how the ratings code changed with VHS, and that's how these horror tapes made it everywhere, whereas before they would have been illegal, you know, in some parts. So some more great interviews with Tarantino out there if you want to check him out.
Yeah, me and you did talk a little bit about it, but that was a drag that he really started to get on the cusp of talking about VHS with Howard, and Howard shut that shit the fuck down.
He did. Tarantino was on Stern, and on his podcast, Video Archives Podcast. This episode is brought to you by the Video Archives Podcast. I don't know if you knew that. They did briefly talk about on a wrap up on their extra show about like technically how VHS transfers came to be versus this digital process they have now, like getting into the positive transfer versus the internegative transfer. And he was they were both Avery and Tarantino were alluding to the transfer on VHS allows for it looks more like how you see light shining through film on your screen. That's how the VHS transfer looks on a CRT, whereas on digital it's bam, exactly the image. So I would love to hear Tarantino and Avery like dig way deeper into the technical aspect of why VHS transfers, because they were getting into the science. We in vinyl, we just say, oh, it sounds warmer and we get away with it. VHS, there's actual technical stuff behind why it looks and feels different. So
no, I agree, man. I would love to hear him just have a whole podcast episode of just talking about the technical side of VHS, because I mean the guy obviously knows the shit. So
he's approved it.
And the other thing is like, dude, you love VHS so much, so start releasing some of those new movies on tapes. Let's get some official releases here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
you got
why
a good
not?
point. Exactly.
Like, if he is that big of a believer, start throwing some of them out. They don't have to be millions. Put out small runs, 10,000, 100,000. You know what I mean? They'll sell out. They will.
for instance, let me show you something. This isn't, tape, but I love his latest movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So he did a novelization of it, where he writes the novel that works within the plot lines of the movie, and he put it out in hardback and trade paperback, but he also did old school mass market paperback, which I had to pick up because you don't see this
Yeah.
anymore. And he
No, you
used like the
don't.
old school font and photos on there.
That looks like something you would have got in the 80s.
Yeah, so if he's doing that, you're right. Why not do a
Why
small
not?
batch
I mean, you
VHS
don't
transfer?
again, it doesn't have to be where he's going to be stuck, Keep it
Mhm.
limited, 10,000. It will sell.
Paperbacks. No one's publishing paperbacks.
No, I think that's really cool. Derek had a question for you. Have you seen this channel?
No. HD VHS. No.
Well, it's a video, but he says it's a pretty big YouTube channel. I haven't, but I'll check into it. Sounds cool. HD on VHS. I mean, I'm for it.
Actually, maybe I did see that pop up on my page, but I didn't click on it. That does sound familiar now that you say it out loud.
Yep. So you want to show? Oh, here we go.
Here we go. And work on that. Okay.
Bye, sexy friend. Fine, fiend, or whatever you are.
So one of the last yard sales I went to of the year, this lady had a box of VHS out. And I asked her how much she wanted for it. And it had like some reel tapes, and it also had you could tell home recording stuff, blank labels, all that kind of stuff on there. I said, I don't know, 50 cents each, 25. So I went full baller. I went Chris Roberts on her and said, how about $5? I'll take the whole box. She's like, oh, geez, yeah, you want it? Like, they're still in the mindset, people out there, that
most are.
You want to take it to the end of the driveway for my garbage, you mean?
Yeah.
Because they just have no idea people want it. So I got it for $5, so that was cool. And then as I was looking around the rest of her yard sale, another dude came up and he started looking through my box, and I got to do the old, excuse me, I already paid for that. So
get the fuck away. Sir. Yeah. Did you knock him down?
Felt like Chris Roberts so much that day.
Did you bowl him over, knock him over? Or?
I got to, act pretty tough. So that was cool.
I like that. Yeah. There you go.
So I've looked through the box a little bit. I kind of forget what's here, but there's so much weird, wild stuff. I couldn't wait to show you guys and Chris what's in here.
Well, I do know of one of the things that you have that you're supposed to either be sending me the master copy or a dub. So I'm assuming that's where you got that.
Are you talking the planes, trains, and automobile stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I transferred. There was a planes, trains, and automobiles recorded off Canadian television here at around 2006, according to the tape. And it had the TV edits on it, the stuff that only appeared on certain TV broadcasts, scenes, extra scenes, I should say.
And up until recently, you really missed the window, because up until recently, that was considered lost media. And somebody dumped it recently, so it's kind of already been out there for. I mean, I think you only missed it by months, Bill. I feel like I feel like I seen the first video on it like 4 or 5 months ago, where they showed this TV edit, and now even I think even the Nerd even talked a little bit about it recently. Like, there's a lot of people are getting into this TV edit stuff. Like they're behind, but it's starting to get trendy.
His latest video is like
it's all about the TV edit.
Some of these episodes.
He might have. I mean, there is another channel called Hack the Movies. Excellent channel. If you're into this kind of stuff, I suggest you watch it. He does do a TV. He also does what's called a work print edits, and he compares, which I really dig those technical episodes that he does. They really just and I like the guy too, Tony. He was one of those outsiders when the Cinemassacre channel had their little video rental thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people didn't like these guys, but I thought they were good. I understood the backlash. You were used to one thing, and now you got all these guys kind of hogging the mic, and James was just hanging back, and nobody wanted that. But anyways, Tony has his own channel. He doesn't need me to shout him out because they're doing really well. But
so he's stealing from one of his buddies.
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much, because that's exactly Tony's bread and butter.
Well, I know what that's like.
Yeah, I know what it's like too. Your buddy starts uploading the same stuff.
You can't have the monopoly of that. You cannot have the monopoly of uploading media.
This is the guy who's like, this is stupid. Why don't you just do this? And blah, blah, blah.
So
that's all documented. We could go back in the archives where you were just saying how stupid VHS was, and
Meanwhile, so the Planes, Trains tape, it had all these extra scenes. If you do want this stuff, the new 4K edition that came out has over an hour of these scenes on the 4K edition.
The only difference is they're in the deleted scenes, correct? They're not included within the movie.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what the fans really want, but I don't know if they're going to get it because I don't think the quality is up to snuff, right?
No, I've seen a couple deleted the scenes that were very very low quality.
Right. I don't think they're going to be able to do it, but you never know. Maybe they could find some sort of master print somewhere.
So that's on the but I did hear that the 4K transfer is like really bad transfer. They really screwed it up.
You 4K guys, man.
Well, you see more, right? So when they meddle with it, they did they like to do noise reduction, which screws around with the film grain, and that can really become super apparent in 4K, and like hard edges around the shoulders and stuff. So
you're getting called out by Derek.
I'm getting to it, Derek. That's happening. We got a long show.
See, Derek, you should be sending that to your boy.
No.
Not Bill. What's he going to do with it?
It is way more fun to make Chris Roberts super jealous, which we'll do when I show that. I wanted to show it last week, but in that time, couldn't crowbar that stuff in with those two.
Yeah, no, we didn't have time for your nonsense.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
All right, you have your box, Bill. Let's get into it. What do you got? Break out some tapes.
Okay. Let me start with the Derek tape, okay?
Okay, sure.
We're gonna start off big. You ready to direct the show here?
Yeah, let's
This is gonna make you super jealous. Derek brought this over when Dean came to visit. He had a few people come over, and Derek and his lovely wife Cynthia came over, and Derek brought me a present. It was this VHS tape, and I went, "Oh, this is gonna drive Chris Roberts crazy when he sees I have this." See if you recognize this one, Chris Roberts.
Sundown. No, I do not, but that does look cool. What's it like a cowboy vampire movie? Someone was asking about Weekend at Bernie's, so I was going to go ahead and show.
The tagline is, "There's two kinds of folks in the town of Purgatory, vampires and lunch."
Oh,
that's some good writing right there.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Did you look it up?
Price-wise?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
No, that would have been rude.
What would now? You just don't tell him.
It's worth like $300, I'm sure.
Let's just mute Derek real quick, and you can tell me what you looked at. Oh, and that's all official. Vestron got the live. Oh, that's not even one of those Canadian garbage you usually have.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man,
and we got some.
I'm not gonna lie.
You ready for the stickers? Sticker reveals here.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little bitter about it.
We get the horror sticker.
Derek, sticker. After all I've done for you, man, think of all the times we spent together.
Maybe you shouldn't have abandoned him.
I didn't abandon him. No, it ran its course. We had nothing to talk about.
On video. Amherstburg, Ontario. That's near Windsor, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe this even has Bruce Campbell in it too. Director of Waxwork, Manic Cop.
Watch it, Derek.
Bruce Campbell, David Carradine. Like, this is top-notch stuff right here.
Right.
Sundown. Thank you, Derek, for that. And the stickers were great. Especially the horror sticker.
If I find any drone stuff, I'm going to send it to Joe, I guess.
Thank you, Derek. $2 sticker on there. I don't know if you
All
paid
right,
that
move
or.
on. Let's keep going.
Wow. Okay. This thing. I've seen this on Amazon so many times. I wanted to watch it, never have yet, but I got the VHS now. Space Truckers.
Oh, that looks horrible.
That looks awesome. Dennis Hopper, Steven Dorff.
Oh man, you know Dennis must have been going through a divorce or something.
Oh, Dennis Hopper did a lot of questionable
Yeah,
movies. That's for
he
sure.
must have had a lot of people on his payroll.
It's pure genius though, and fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I love this VHS distributor. Got the swan there or something. Sterling looks like a swan. See that?
Yeah.
It's all glossy, all shiny.
Yeah, that looks a little cheap, to be honest.
And for my buddy Kevin, I couldn't resist picking up a copy of Smokey and the Bandit on VHS.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, man, I used to love those the first two movies. The third one, I mean, I remember liking it, but you know, it kind of sucks. Remember the title for Smokey 3?
No.
Smokey is the bandit.
Oh,
get it?
Well, yeah. Okay.
I mean, the cop became the bad guy. It's kind of stupid.
I'm cheating a little bit. These are still not from the box. These are ones I picked up on the side.
This is why we cut you off. You would have never got to it.
I will get to the box. I just had to get this stuff. This is like the cream on top I'm giving you right away. This is my latest pickup. Super happy to get it. I'm going to do the first edition of Tagline Trivia on Chris Roberts right now. It's going to be so easy because I'm giving him all the tools. I'm going to give him the stars and the tagline.
Uh-huh.
And this is a big movie. So.
Oh, please. Not if it's in your collection.
McQueen and McGraw, Reckless, In Love and Murderously Dangerous.
McQueen and McGraw, Reckless. See, this is
so
right up your
easy.
alley.
Yeah,
this is some sort of
for sure.
McQueen and McGraw.
Mm-hmm.
McQueen and McGraw. It's got to be some sort of late 60s, early 70s bullshit. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know many of McQueen's fucking love stories.
1972.
Right.
This movie was supposed to be directed by Bogdanovich, but he got fired
he read
and
the
replaced
script. He read
by
the script.
Sam Peckinpah, directed by Peckinpah. Come on.
Jesus. I don't know it.
Everyone on the screen here knows.
Nobody knows it. They've all fallen asleep.
Everyone knows.
Once you said McQueen.
It's The Getaway.
The Getaway. You know what? You should have said it became a remake.
No one saw that remake.
Oh, the Baldwin one? That one's good. Oh,
that was good?
I like that with Mike Madsen in it. Oh yeah. I used to watch that on cable a lot.
Wow.
It's got what's her face in it too. That kind of that ditzy chick. I don't know. Wasn't she the love interest in it doesn't matter.
You've lost all credibility.
Well, it has Sharon Stone. It has Sharon Stone and Alec Baldwin are the lead. Mike Madsen is the bad guy, and he's with that one chick. I can't think of her name right now.
I'm sorry, no one replaces Steve McQueen.
That's a better movie.
No one.
Nobody's even heard of this McQueen
Directed
movie.
by Peckinpah, music by Quincy Jones.
Oh, it is Kim Basinger. Yeah, you're right, because that was his wife. Or was it? You're probably right. It doesn't matter, but that's not the chick I'm thinking of. It's that ditzy chick who
Sally Struthers and Slim Pickens.
Oh, then you know it's garbage. Just keep moving. Nobody knows that movie.
It's like Bullet and then this.
Have you ever watched it?
Steve McQueen. I haven't seen it yet.
See? That's what I'm saying.
I keep meaning to. I never get around to. Now I have the tape. I have no excuse. And then here's an example of what we're paying for tapes here in Canada at the thrift store. $2 friggin' dollars.
$2? That's kind of standard, though.
All right. We'll start it off with this is from the box. This is Chris Roberts stuff right here. Scream 3.
Yeah, that chick. Yeah, that's a good one. A little harder to find.
It's got like a matte finish on there.
I like that. It's pretty cool.
Is this the good cover? Because I know you have all the different covers.
Well, actually, for that one, I only have two. I have that, and I have the, I have a screener.
This is Alliance, so it's a Canadian.
Yeah, that's kind of garbage.
That's all I had to say for him. What do we got here? Ooh, another sequel. Anacondas.
You're close. It's not Meg. It's not Jennifer Tilly. It's her doppelganger. It's the chick who was in that movie with De Niro, a Scorsese movie. Help me out here, Bill.
Sharon Stone.
No.
Well, what are you talking about? De Niro movie.
The one with Nick Nolte, Robert De Niro. It's a Scorsese movie. It's a remake.
Oh, Cape Fear?
Cape Fear. The chick who plays his daughter. What's her name?
Juliette
Lewis.
Lewis.
That's who's in that movie.
Okay. You're missing what I'm showing here. Come on.
Yeah, Anacondas. It's a low budget sequel. The first one's pretty good though.
You would have grabbed that.
I would have. Yeah. Not if it had Canadian on the back.
Is this Canadian?
I mean, it looks like an alternative cover.
Screen Gems.
It is Jennifer Tilly. Okay.
These are the Star Wars trilogy VHS. I am looking for this variety.
No. You want the one that's got the little triangle on the bottom, Bill. That one's good though. That's still good. That still has
this is what I am looking for because it matches the Star Wars this set that I've already got. So, and I like the artwork on there.
Whatever. You can't teach nobody nothing, man.
How about some Dragon Quest?
Dragon Quest?
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, no big
deal.
It
was a good movie for the time. I liked it. It's weird though. It feels like they've spoofed that so much now. It's kind of lost its mojo, huh? Because you got that movie that show that McFarlane does, right?
There are huge fans of that movie though, like a huge cult following.
I know, but you know what I mean? It feels like it's so played out now.
Okay, just quickly, I grabbed a handful of the home recorded stuff. They're in these clamshells.
Yeah, that's cool.
Clamshells, so we put some effort in. This says Major Payne, Boys on the Side, and Switch. And then inside it says different stuff. Prom Child, Rookie.
Oh, that's way better.
Switch again, and mixed movies. Don't know what's on here. I haven't looked.
Yeah, you know what sucks is when there's 3, sometimes you get lucky in their TV edits with the commercials because they fit in 2-hour blocks.
Right.
But some of those broadcasts back in the 80s used to be 3-hour broadcasts. So you're almost guaranteed that it's either going to be a tape dub, an HBO dub, or edited commercials.
Well, what we have seen in the box is from TV. So
right. Hopefully that's a 2-hour. Those are 2-hour broadcasts.
Here's another one. The Expert, it says on here. And this is good because this tells us why they use this. They use these tapes from corporate VHS applications and basic.
Now, you know something you should look out for. I think we kind of touched on it a little bit with Josh, but those training videos, don't leave those behind. There's some gems.
That's rare to find a good gem.
You're always looking. Oh, that's pretty cool. If
Robot
those are TV edits, that's pretty dope.
Robot jocks.
But you're always looking for good stuff to rip, man. There's this I think it's Wendy's where they do this rap. They're like rap, and it's notoriously bad. And
that's a gem for sure. But
absolutely. Well,
we're not
I'm
saying
you, if I ever find those Chevron videos that I had to watch, I'm telling you, this stuff would have got Chevron shut down if they put it out now.
True,
but it was so awkward.
You're totally not saying go get like the Hoover vacuum assembly VHS.
No. Well, there are some, but I mean, that's a lot of stuff to go through. There's so many how-to VHS.
What's this one? This
I'm talking training videos.
Basic math again.
Oh,
I like how they wrote.
What are you going to do with that, though?
No. That's they cannibalize the tape in the box to record their own stuff. So here it says Madhouse, Space Invaders.
Adam Bale.
Let's see what's on the inside.
Madhouse. Is that the Vincent Price movie?
Have That's House on Haunted Hill.
No, he has a couple of houses.
Oh, so Space Invaders. What does that say? Stop.
Stop at 1582.
Oh, so Counter on there, and then Out on Bail, and then I guess nothing on there. What's Space Invaders? I think that's
that might be a 50s sci-fi or something.
Terminal Velocity, Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Now that could be interesting. Do not tape on this one.
Yeah.
Terminal Velocity is not a bad sci-fi movie. It's not great, but it's not bad. But that New Nightmare, that could be fun if that's like a Sci-Fi Channel or USA.
Well, in here it's different though.
Body Parts, Wizard of Oz. Okay, Body Parts. That's another horror movie though. So you definitely found a horror tape. I would probably guess that's a tape-to-tape dub, though. I can't imagine Body Parts was playing on TV. Or that's a HBO or Cinemax.
I just got a couple more of these hard shells, and I'll hand it back over to you.
It's all right. This is good stuff. Oh, Jaws 1.
It used to be Young and the Restless on there.
Yeah. Well, you know what probably happens, though, Bill, is after Jaws is done, it kicks back on to Young and the Restless. Because usually they just stop after they record the movie.
Still Jaws on there, so this one matches at least.
You should throw that on while we're talking. Let's see if he gets to something.
Heart and Soul.
And
was that an Ernest movie? That got
Heart and Soul in the army now? No, that was
up here that got scratched up. Ernest.
Oh, Ernest Goes to Jail or Ernest Goes to Camp. I can't see the last word. It looks like camp. See, you can't tell.
Oh, it was Ernest Goes to Jail, Lord of the Flies, and Dutch, which we talk about quite a bit on this show.
That's a good movie, underrated.
Flight of the Intruder got taped over. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, Pauly Shore was in the army now. Okay, that sounds right. I don't remember seeing it, but I wasn't a Pauly Shore guy. Did you like Pauly Shore, Bill?
No, he was terrible.
I know he was
so bad. Because of his mother.
Yeah, but there's also like that age group, right? If you were just in like you were right here, you loved them, and if you were over a certain age, you liked them, and you're in the middle, he was a big douche.
He like that shtick was good enough for maybe a sketch.
Yeah,
that's that. You know.
I know. I'm not judging you for liking Pauly Shore. I get it. I just he was like a generation's Pee Wee Herman or something, you know.
So that's just like a third of the box right there.
A third? That's a pretty solid third. I still think you should throw that Jaws on so we can see what the heck's on it. But all right, I will show you a couple tapes that I got recently. So I went to a couple of state sales. This was probably a few weeks back, and it was one of those times where it was kind of dry. There was really nothing. But there was just one lone tape, Bill. Just one lone tape. Now, you see something like this, Bill. It's heavy. It just looks old. And, you grab it. And it didn't even have a label on it. But they did have this label that said Sound of Music. And you muted yourself there. Oh, you're burping. Well, that's fine.
Cough button. Let's cough. Yeah,
and anyway, so it's the Sound of Music, the 1982 I'm sure they have multiple broadcasts of the Sound of Music, but this is the 82 broadcast with commercials. Eesh, that's a little loud there, bud.
You told me to put it on.
Well, I didn't think you were going to leave the volume up. Anyway, Sound of Music with the commercial, so I was pretty stoked about that. 82, so pretty early 80s. Anyway, so I did a trade with one of my Hollywood friends. You don't have any of these. I mean, maybe Curtis, but let's be honest. He's just using you to put himself out there, Bill. Come on.
Yeah, because I would really bump up his career out here.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, his name's Matt. I don't know how deep he wants me to go into his real name. Well, it is his name. It's Matthew. Honestly, I forget his last name, but he used to be one of the head writers on WWE. Like, this man actually put words in Stone Cold's mouth. That's kind of cool to me. You know what I mean?
Guess.
But he also acts on
not
TV.
A tough writing assignment.
Well, listen.
Smash the beer in your head.
Right.
Okay.
Well, he never smashed beers on his head. You're thinking of somebody else.
By the
Anyway,
way, this Jaws tape is got A&E in the corner, so it's a TV broadcast.
that's good though. That's good. Let's hope they didn't edit. That's not going to be like an early ABC broadcast, but it still can have something good about it. Anyway, so we did a good old fashioned tape trade. So he does this gimmick where he gets a lot of home recordings and he puts them in those drawers. So he actually came up with a pretty good gimmick that I really wish I would have stole early on, so it wouldn't look like I'm stealing his gimmick. If I'd have done it real early, I could have stole it, Bill. It was so close. I saw that he had something, and I think I knew he had something before he knew he had something.
Yeah.
But now he knows he has something. It's a good gimmick where now people just say, they'll throw a number out, like 121. So he'll go tape 121. Each one has 12, and and he goes down to tape 121. He pulls it out. He sticks it in. And he shows it. Now he rips it, so there's a little bit of editing that goes on because when he's showing it, it's you can tell it's been ripped. But so he pulled out this one tape, and it was pretty dope. So I didn't know anything about it. I just knew I had to have it. So it's a show that was called Halloween Thriller with Vincent Price. So I didn't really even know what it was, even when he showed it. It had like this little intro, and then Vincent Price comes on, and it's funny because you could really see. Well, it was probably a trope that had been around for a while, but it kind of reminded me like at the beginning of Fright Night. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that had been used a few times where like he's on a set and then he's going to show a TV show, which I thought that's what this was. So I'm like, hey, you want to trade? And he goes, yeah. So I made him some tapes, and he made me some tapes, and it actually grew. It was supposed to be a tape for tape, but turned into more. But what this actually was Vincent Price showing Halloween or horror inspired videos, music videos of the time. So like one of them was like Rockwell, Who's Watching Me, and another one was The Time Walk, that one song that was from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like they must have took that whole scene and turned it into a music video, but it's still pretty cool, and it has all the commercials. So that was that. And you can tell though, some some tape traders like me actually use like really clean tapes to trade, and then some just like just they just scratch out what's on it. And this was a Dr. Dolittle too, so now it's Halloween 3. It actually was a clean record though. So this one I know you're gonna this should get you going, Bill. This is the 1997 or 1979 ABC broadcast with commercials of Taxi Driver. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Well, what would the TV edit of that look like?
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. And I don't have any commercials that. Well, I mean, I'm sure I do have some bleed over into the 80s, some of the set, but we're talking like Don't Squeeze the Charmin and Calgon Take Me Away and Ancient Chinese Secret and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So we'll see what's in there.
I'm wary of the date.
79. You don't believe him is what you're saying?
I'm just thinking where we were with the recorded media in 79. Like,
well, this isn't the tape. He made a copy. Yeah. There were people recording stuff. There's a lady who recently they unearthed her whole collection, and she recorded like everything on every bit of one particular television station for like 20 years or something, starting in the 70s. So I don't care what you believe. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know.
People had VCR. That was the whole selling point for VCRs early on.
I know. But the dates of cassette tapes being invented, man, were like right around then.
Well, believe what you want. I really don't care. I really don't care. I know what I have.
2-inch tape on a reel in the broadcast station.
Okay, you want to make a bet? Because it's easy to prove it. All I got to do is find something on here that dates it. What you got on it? 20 bucks?
It could be a broadcast master that was telesened off in the station.
Okay, so what are we with semantics here? Did I say that someone sat at home and recorded it?
Go ahead. Yeah, you did. So
no, well, I'm assuming they did, but either way, is it not the broadcast or what?
this Jaws has commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you dated it yet?
No, it's not old though. Maybe 2000s.
That's good. I actually need that. That's my bread and butter, man. I need millennial commercials. Let's figure this out, Bill.
Okay.
All right. And then so I already had a Halloween 2, but the original one from 81, was it 82? I don't know. It's 81 or 82 whenever that original broadcast came out, which was recorded. So I don't care what you believe. And this one is from I think it was 89. I think I'm pretty sure because whenever I think it was because that's when the year Chucky came out and there was a Chucky trailer on here. So different broadcast. It's good stuff. And then another guy. All right, so now we're getting into stuff that it's a little different, but it was easier for him to do. So I said, yeah, that's fine. We did another trade. So this guy just had his all on his computer, like something Derek would do, and he just burned it right onto DVDs. So I'll either leave them. Well, I'll leave them on, but I could transfer them off the tape if I just want to have them. But I got a 1989 broadcast of Freddy's Nightmares with commercials, and there's already some really good stuff on that. Now this is like my favorite out of it. You know how MTV used to do like these weird hosts, like they would have like somebody hosting. It was usually like promoting something. Yeah. Well, Freddie had his own video hour in 88. He was promoting Elm Street 3, I guess, maybe 4. And yeah. And this was fantastic. I watched this the other night, and I remember watching this too when it came out because we had MTV then. It was one of the few times we had it on during that era. And then this was like a big commercial, though. I mean, it was a real thing, but it was kind of funny because you could tell like they were. I appreciate that, Derek. It's okay. This guy, I know I'm just messing around. This guy, he just didn't have the time, and I just whatever was easiest. The Horror Hall of Fame 3. I didn't even know there was a 1 and a 2, but this was hosted by Robert Englund, so it was basically a big Freddy trade. And then a 1987 primetime telecast of or the WWF primetime, which was their early like an early show that they put on USA. Yeah, I know. So that was pretty cool, and that's another thing I used to watch a lot. We had USA for a brief stint. Anyways, so the guy's name is Sal, and he makes tapes like this. So it's Sal's mixtape, and he really goes out of his way to make it look bootleg, which I think is pretty awesome. And but it's full of commercials though. So like you'll have like that match right there, the Rude against Stunning Steve Austin. And then you'll have a commercial before it and a commercial after it. And so then he just like picks commercials from, whatever the theme is. I'm not quite sure what the theme for this one was because I haven't watched it yet, but he does a lot of Halloween mixtapes and Christmas mixtapes. So
what is he selling this stuff, you mean?
Yeah, but he sells it for $15 a piece, but he donates all of it to charity. Rain, I believe. So or maybe it was a food shelter. It was one of those, but he donates it all. Yeah, I think it's to a local food shelter. So whatever money he raises, he donates it all. So I think that's pretty cool.
Question for the expert.
It's definitely still climbing. The height hasn't got there yet. I mean, case in point, Hot Wheels just put out some Hot Wheels that are VHS inspired, which they look stupid, but it's the money grab or cash grab. And you got Hallmark putting out little tiny like Disney, or well, no, they're not even just Disney. It's like Jurassic Park, and they're all just like little clamshells. They're little miniature clamshell tapes that are, open like this. you know, and they're hanging, you know, like little Christmas ornaments. You know, of course, Stranger Things kicked it off, you know, 3 or 4 years ago. When they released their Blu-rays, they look like VHS cassettes. So I still think it's climbing. You're starting to see people tease releasing stuff. I mean, you do have, you know, like Lunch Meat. I mean, that Blockbuster documentary that he released, that's a new movie, you know, like it's released, you know, people are licensing these and it's starting to catch on. You got Blockbuster doing their crappy show. There's a Blockbuster bar that's opening up in LA. So I feel like this is going to be the boom. This is like when you started seeing all the competition at the swap meet for your NES games. This is what's happening now.
Yeah, but it's not there yet because the resellers are still not.
They're tape grading, dude. They've been tape grading for about 1.5 years, 2 years now.
I mean, every reseller here knows to look for games, whereas VHS is still left on the shelf here. So
yeah, but
not everyone's
you guys are like
yet.
4 or 5 years behind the trend.
At least, yes. I did see a Blu-ray distributor that's distributing like their Blu-rays in VHS tape box, but it looks like that, so it fits the Blu-ray, you know, has the tape halfway out. It's a cool idea. You're up.
Oh no, I mean, I thought you were gonna. Okay, I'll show you something that I just got in today. This is fresh off the press.
Are you through everything you got from raiding the abandoned video store, or
no?
We're done talking.
I haven't. Well, we could talk a little bit about it. I mean, the shelf behind me I didn't show that. This thing right here, this was in the guy's office, but what's kind of cool is like originally these were big. This was a big shelf, probably something that was like 8 feet by 8 by 7 or something like that. Or maybe a little less than that. I'm assuming it was at least 8 by 7 because these shelves are three feet wide. And I think what he did is he cut it in half and rebuilt this shelf. He said that he rebuilt this shelf for his office when he moved locations. But he left it 8 feet tall. So that's why I assume that the sides were probably 8 feet, or at least it was either 8 feet wide or 8 feet tall at some point. But when he rebuilt it, so I had to cut it. So I basically rebuilt it from the ground up. I took the 2 sides down to Home Depot. They cut them for free. So I had them cut down to about 95 inches.
You brought lumber to them to cut? You didn't cut their... They're not supposed to do that.
They do whatever you want.
They assumed it was store lumber.
Dude, it's great. It's painted.
What a guy.
It's painted. They don't care. They don't care. They didn't. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. They did it. So I had them paint. Listen, when you're me, buddy, people do things for you, okay?
I know.
So I had him cut that, and then I brought it back home, and I put the shelves in, and I measured them out, and I was able to get 10 shelves. They fit 33 tapes on each shelf at least. Some will only go 30 because of the width of the case, but 300 tapes already full. I haven't rearranged it yet, though. I did do this shelf right here to show my home recordings, but up there is a little disorganized and down here is a little disorganized, but redid the room a little bit.
So. But you also got some other stuff from the store.
I did get a ton of tape. Are you talking about the tapes I got from him?
Well, like the accoutrement to a video store, like tape cleaners and signs.
Okay, I don't remember if I showed those, but the signs... you can see one of them up here. See that coming soon up there at the top? Yep. So that was one
spelled with a U.
Right. He did have a lot of these bigger signs, but they're not really they're real thin, and you have to put them in this and I grabbed the little holders for them, but they're just not going to work in here. But I also
shouldn't have moved his computer. That's what happens when Chris Roberts moves his computer. At least we got a very good still of him right there. Action shot.
Yeah, see what happens?
There he is.
You should have told me not to move it. I did it last time. Anyways, so I did grab a bunch of them. I grabbed 2 cleaners. Let me grab one of them real quick.
Golly. And whatever he did, he got a crappier bandwidth now coming back to us. So you got to sweet talk your bandwidth and get the quality back up there.
All right. Yeah, crushed under a pile of tapes. That could happen one. I'll tell you a quick story. So you know that Samsung that I got, right? That one that you instantly tried to shit on, Bill?
Samsung?
Yeah, that Samsung TV, that flat screen.
Oh, no. I was just asking
I
questions
went
about
to
it.
No, you didn't ask shit. I went to a message board and they said that the outer side, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care what your nerd board said. Anyway, that TV did almost kill me. Because I brought it in here and I'm afraid to move this again. But there's a shelf right here, right? And my goal was to put some TVs on the bottom shelf for some DVD players, VCR combos, whatever. And on the top, I was going to put that TV. I didn't really think about the weight of the TV. I just assumed that this shelf was up to standards. So as I was and I measured and everything. I don't really know where I was late, so I must have mismeasured. I mean, the width was fine, but the depth wasn't. So when I got it in and I set it on there, it was sticking out a little further than I wanted, but it was so damn heavy. I didn't want to put it back on the ground to pull the shelf out and put it back up. So I was going to try to kind of I leaned down a little bit to kind of shimmy the shelf out. And then I noticed that the thing was really sagging. And right about that time, I looked up and here comes the TV. Yeah, it hit me right in the head too. And it sounded like a cartoon, like thunk. And I was like, oh, yeah, I grabbed it and.
You're lucky it was that thin version.
Oh God, man, that was I think that thing's 400 pounds or 300 pounds. That thing is heavy. I can't believe I was able to carry it all the way in here. And yeah, that thing immediately went back to right to where the hell I had it in the garage. I was like, this thing is going to be the death of me. I just think, man, fuck, if I would have been down lower. Thankfully, I was up high enough where it didn't really have very far. I was able to catch it after my head braced it. Yeah, that could have been tragedy. So anyway, what you were talking about is, so when I first went to Gary's tape room, okay, the first thing I noticed besides the tapes, I mean, the tapes were the first thing, but I looked down on the ground. And I've only seen these things in eBay sales, and I never see them currently listed unless they're $300, right? You have my big breaking TV. Well, give him a rim shot, Bill. Since you're not going to do it, all right. So these, and the funny thing is, Gary, the big retail guy, the guy who's been in the business 30 years, doesn't even really know the practical purpose of these. So I looked at it and I was like, oh, you have a Geneva tape cleaner. And he goes, oh, no, they don't clean tapes. I mean, it literally says tape cleaner right on there. But then I kind of remembered myself. I was like, well, I don't need to educate him. I'm like, oh, well, what do they do then? He goes, if a tape gets if it gets eaten and it's wrinkled and you stick it in here and it'll flatten it out. And I'm like, well, it probably does that too. But I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, well, do they work? Because there's two of them, but one's a different brand, but they're both coveted. And they go for about $200 working, even in this condition with the missing lid. The lid doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And it works perfect. I already cleaned the tape. It was awesome to watch it work. Yeah. So, he's just like, yeah, junk. And I was like, yeah, okay, well, let me get that box of junk out of your way, Gary, and I'll put it to the side. And and I got two of them. I haven't tried
one
the other
for you,
one
yet. For me.
Well, maybe. We'll see. But definitely one for me and one for backup me, in case this breaks. But yeah, I never thought I'd see one. And
so you think that will scrape off hardcore mold or just
it already
a little bit of oxide?
It already did.
Really?
Well, you can ask Duke. I don't think Duke's still in the chat anymore, but if he was, he gave me this wrestling tape that was packed of mold, and it got it in the first swipe. But the key is you have it fully rewound, which you just hit the rewind button because it rewinds and fast forwards. So you just flip this switch right here, you know, and if you fast forward or rewind, and so you get it to one way or the other, whichever is closest to. They are for rental stores. They're pretty hardcore, and anyways, and then you go all the way through. Now a store wouldn't do what I'm going to do because they don't care. They don't care if it spreads spores to their customers. Well, they probably didn't get a lot of mold back then. They were probably more so cleaning dust. But anyway, after you do one side of the spool and you get the tape from one to the other, then you want to open up the tape. You get in there and you clean out the one spool that's empty now. You clean out all the little parts around it. You put it all back together. You go back the other way. You take it apart again. You clean it all out, and then you're done. Hopefully you're done. And that's what I did. And I know it's to some people it seems like like why would you do all that? Well, some tapes are expensive, or some you have media on there you don't want to lose. So
yeah.
It was worth it to me, even though the tape ended up kind of being a dud. I mean, it had the recording, but it was all edited. But it was still a good experience. So, anyway, that's that. I did get a lot of other cool stuff from him. Not like tapes-wise, but, I mean, they're just a bunch of tapes. I got to sort through them still. I did show the ones that were in the cases last episode. I did get a couple sealed tapes that were kind of cool, but ultimately... between the shelf and the two cleaners, that was more than worth what I paid. And the signs, I don't know what those signs are worth to anybody else, but that's hard acrylic vintage signs. Oh, and then I can't show it because it's just too damn big. And I don't know if you noticed them in my pickup, but
yeah,
that big video rental
neon.
Now neon. It does, but it needs to be repaired. I mean, first off, it doesn't have the ballast, so it's not going to be anything. It's just glass. But the glass does have two separate breaks in it. He claims it can be fixed. He gave it to me for free. I was just looking at it like, even as is, it would look cool on the wall. You know what I mean? Someone suggested painting it a neon color. And I was like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. But, well, it could look cool. Either way, I'm going to try to fix it, though, because if it can be fixed and it has to be within reason. I'm not dumping, several $100s into this. If I can get it fixed and working for less than $100 or $100, I'd do it.
No,
then I'm not going to do it.
It's not going to be that. Well, maybe 250, 300.
I'm not gonna, then it's
and
not
that's
worth
a screaming deal. That'd be worth it, dude.
Nah.
That'd be worth it.
Well,
so to date this Jaws tape, there was a commercial for Brokeback Mountain in theaters.
Okay. So there you go. That's all you gotta do is look up Brokeback Mountain. You should know all about that movie. You went to the premiere, didn't you?
Do we have time for a caller now?
Of course.
Bring him in. Want to bring in a caller? All right. This is exciting. Get ready.
Oh. Hey.
Look at this guy.
How you been? It's been a while.
Good, buddy. How you been?
Missed you, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long time, Bill. Wow.
Yeah. It's good to see you. That's Matt Bandy, folks, joining us on VHS show.
Hey, y'all.
From the garage.
Yeah, in the garage.
Right on. Yeah. Good connection today. Looks good. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah. How you been?
I'm glad. I'm good. Been good. Just busy. But yeah, good. Been all right. Somebody take a picture or something?
Well, I'll put up on the social.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Wow. No, yeah, I just heard it click.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't trying to hide it. I mean, the camera's right in the thing.
Chris Roberts promoting this show? I don't believe it.
I do it all the time. So I just don't promote it like 2 days ahead of time. No one's gonna remember that shit. People got a short.
I just jumped on when Chris was showing the tape cleaner thing.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Well, I was at a birthday party. So what did you guys show any tapes yet, or?
Oh yeah, we've told.
Yeah, we had some tapes.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I got some tapes.
Go ahead.
All right.
Let's see.
So, yeah, I should go through some of my new pickups. I haven't been out a lot, but I've the last couple of times I've been able to find some stuff. So I know, Bill, you're a Rucker Hauer guy, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, he did some pretty crappy movies, but sure.
Well, so there's a spot in a town just north of me where they have a lot of VHS tapes there, and they get some new stuff in quite a bit. But somebody must have dumped their entire Rucker Hauer collection because there was a bunch of them, and I got them all. So
Wow.
I'll start with those.
Cool.
So we got Surviving the Game with Ice-T, Rucker Hauer, and Gary Busey.
Yeah, that'll be wild.
You seen that one?
No, I have not seen that.
Yeah. So I've never seen it either, but I remember seeing this at the rental store a bunch, and I think it's just they're hunting. It's been like a Rambo kind of ripoff, but they're like hunting him for sport is why I'm assuming.
Wow,
So,
what a
yeah.
lineup. Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good lineup.
Oh
huh?
yeah, it probably costs about $20 to film.
Yeah.
It looks like they're wearing their actual clothes from house. You know what I mean?
And this one, I've never heard of this one. This is called Deadlock.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah. But this is like in the prison of the future, inmates locked in wedlock collars have no bars, no windows, and no chance of escape until now.
I
So
mean, I
this
like the
looks like-
premise.
Yeah, this looks to be like a kind of a futuristic-y sci-fi. You can see he's got some little collar on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Looks pretty good. And we got Wanted Dead or Alive. This one, don't know. Haven't heard of this one.
He looks good there.
Yeah.
Looks in shape.
So you got a Chicago Bears sweatshirt on. That's kind of cool. Then we got the classic. We all know this one here. Huh? Grand Fury.
Yes. That's the shit right there. Put it in my
That's a good
box.
one. What's this guy's name again?
I couldn't tell you. He's a bad guy in a lot of movies.
Wasn't he in Ace Ventura? Like the very beginning? Nobody? All right.
I think he was in Roadhouse, wasn't he?
That guy was not in Roadhouse. I just watched that not too long ago. He's not in Roadhouse.
Okay.
We got A Breed Apart. This one looked kind of like it looks like it would be like a romantic comedy, right? Or
Yeah.
something weird.
Very
but,
romantic. Less on comedy.
So, but
Middle-aged
according to-
romantic comedy.
So we got Kathleen Turner here, but they say it's an adventure movie. So it's an action thriller, a tense action thriller. So
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
by
okay,
the cover.
Yeah, I know the cover. It looks like it's crap, but I picked it up because of the action.
Have you ever judged a book by its cover?
Oh, I'm sure Bill does that every single day.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Let's see. Then we got Voyage.
Where'd you get these? You say this was at your local thrift?
Oh no, this was in San Luis. Fred and Betty's is the name of the place.
Eric Roberts.
We got Eric Roberts from Best of the Best.
From Star 80.
I don't know what that is.
Star 80? It's a good movie.
Star 80. All right.
Yeah.
It's about the guy who killed his playmate girlfriend, right, Bill?
Yep.
Yeah. It
Dorothy
was a big true crime deal in the 80s or 70s, 80s, whatever that took place. But they made a book and a movie out of it. I do judge them if they have a Canadian. It's less than. I'm sorry, it just is. I'm talking from a collector's perspective.
Rare.
No.
Yes,
no,
variant. That should be more attractive.
No, nobody cares.
Go ahead, Matt.
So that was all the Rucker Hauer, but I there's quite a bit more if you'll indulge me.
Sure.
Cool. So this is one that I got from the bins in San Luis as well. This one I've been looking for quite a while, and I'm getting really close to finishing my Van Damme VHS subset. So I finally got a hard
like,
target.
I feel like I might have one you don't have that I picked up for you, and if you don't need it, it's no big deal. But
I'm needing the Double Impact Street Fighter. No retreat, no surrender.
I have a cut box Street Fighter. I don't think you like that though, but I do have a cut box.
And then there's a it's like Black Eagle or something like that. I've never seen that one before.
Do you have Double Team?
Yes, I have Double Team.
Oh shit! I thought for sure you didn't have that. Him with Rodman.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that.
You need Double Team. Is Dennis Rodman and Jean-Claude Van Damme?
That I need. Did you say? Did I say Double Take?
I don't know what you said.
Double Impact.
You did say Double Impact. You need Double Team. Well, I got you. I just got to find it. It's in one of these bags around here. You're good to go. Nice. I'll add it to your pile.
Cool. Thank you. Have you ever seen this movie?
I did back then. Yes.
Oh yeah. I watched it I watched it last weekend. And it's John Woo's directorial debut, I guess.
You got to be really careful though, Derek. If you go looking for Double Team on the internet, just be real careful. Okay, just make sure there's no children around. You're not at work.
You got old what's his name in the movie too? Bishop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this movie, it says it's an hour and 37 minutes. I think that 37 minutes is probably 37 minutes of it is all in slow-mo. There's so much slow motion in this movie. That's insane. And not even like action slow-mo, just like walking out of the car slow-mo, mullet swishing slow-mo.
That's terrible.
He's got like a slick, greased up mullet this whole movie. It's pretty awesome. So and you got Wilford Brimley in this too, so that's kind of cool.
So let me show you something real quick, Matt.
Yeah.
In line with what I thought, I could not find this. I looked everywhere. I don't know where I thought it was, but I couldn't find it. And I did find the super clean copy of my Bloodsport. I already had it. Nice. I knew I had it, and this is like I couldn't believe I didn't have like multiple of them. I did. I found another one. I thought, oh, okay, here it is. I opened it up, and it was like Bambi. And I'm all.
Well, you gave me one. You gave me. No, it was the case. It was a better case. Or a better slipcase you gave me one time.
That might have been the Bambi one. No, there's another one in the other room that said Bloodsport. I was like, oh, okay, here it is. And I pulled it out and it was all Bambi.
It's prank. I don't know if it's like the Canon release or
Well, this is and see this one, the guy had left the wrap on it, but he did this weird thing that he only opened his tapes from the top, which because there was a ton of them at this thrift store. I knew it was all from the same guy. So he cut little slits at the top, and then he would tape them back closed. But yet some tapes it sucked because they don't open, so he would tear them open at the top and leave the bottom sealed. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with this guy? But I just took it off because it looked it had some gunk on it. But the case is really nice. So I mean, it's pretty common. Well, it's not really common. You can't find it.
No, I don't see that one often.
I never see it. Well, because people they want it and they don't get rid of it. But I love this movie. I remember seeing this, and it's so funny because you could tell, whoever watched this and then made Street Fighter, you know what I mean? Like, but of course, it's all like a ripoff of Game of Death, right? The Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah, the karate tournament.
Yeah, it's so right.
Well, that's like half of Van Damme's movies are the fighting.
Right, because I remember like so hyped on Bloodsport when I got it when I watched it as a kid. I'm like, dude, Bloodsport's awesome. And then it's like, oh, Kickboxer. Let's get that. It's the same story essentially. Instead of his friend getting killed, it's his brother, and instead of being a karate guy, he's a kickboxer guy, and it's the same damn movie. But
hey, you got a winning formula, you got to stick with it, right?
You know what? He made a lot of money, so
it's a true story.
Yeah.
Look up what's that Dukes? Look up Frank Dukes. Yeah,
I know that dude. It's so funny. His story has changed so many times.
I went down a YouTube rabbit hole on Frank Dukes one time after watching that movie. I was like, oh, yeah, I always knew. I'm like, I'll look this guy up, see what he's like, and then it went down this weird rabbit hole
Big
about like this,
scam.
in like the fake karate guys in the 80s, and it was pretty interesting. Okay, so these are just from other thrifts and swaps. I got a couple more to show here. So I picked this one up for my friend Curtis Friesel, but he already had it. So
Did. That
I went ahead
Hollywood
and
jet setter.
got the orange tape. That's pretty cool.
like
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So this has got like 3 or 4 episodes on it, but it was cool. I hadn't watched Ren and Stimpy in years, and so I put it on. It's still pretty funny, and it's pretty gross. But I mean, this is the yucky yarn. So this is all the stinkiest stories, I guess.
Look at the teeth in the back there.
Oh yeah, those all rotted teeth. Yeah, my son thought it was funny that I told him that Ren was the Fry, the same guy to the Fry in Futurama. So he thought that was kind of cool.
It is.
Yeah, and I got this one's a fun one. The Hot Shots Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has a pretty good trailer when that chick does that back flip.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, when they have the love scene.
Yeah. I do like the 90s spoof movies. Those are pretty fun.
Yeah, they are good.
We got Secret of My Success, Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
He bangs
Dude,
it.
I was such a big Michael J. Fox guy at the time. I watched all his movies.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's fun.
He didn't pick stinkers, right?
No.
You know, he was hold on one second. He was up for the role in Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Oh, weird.
And then of course, he turned it down. But
yeah, he's too big for that.
Well, I think he didn't want it. He read the script. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I don't think that's the image I want to have hooked to me,
Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter.
Wow.
I have not watched that, but I do I
love
love John Carpenter's movies, but that is one that I own it. I just haven't got to it yet.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about this. I'd never even heard of it until I saw it at the swap meet.
Who's in that one?
Man with the mustache.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that guy.
That's Donald Pleasance.
Yeah. Well, he never saw a script he didn't like.
No, not at all.
No, he did big stuff.
Yeah, like every Halloween until he died.
Then we got this is probably my favorite pickup within the last month or so. This is Lights, Camera, Suicidal. This is the Suicidal Tendencies. It's their videos collection, all their music videos that they made.
You found that at a thrift?
No, swap meet.
That's still a good score, though. Yeah, I think I remember you sending me pictures when you found it that day.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good find.
Yeah, we all know old, what's his name? Oh, yeah, Robert Trejo. He went on to go bass player for Metallica now.
Yeah.
This was his band that he started out in.
I kind of think he upgraded his scenario there situation.
Yeah, he definitely got.
I feel like those heroes are way bigger on his check now.
But no, this is pretty cool stuff, and it's there's a bunch of interviews with Mike Murr in between the videos and stuff, and he's talking about them as a band starting out and stuff. But what's funny is in the Trip at the Brain video, the second video on here, John Cusack makes an appearance in the video. So that was I don't know if he was a fan of Suicidal or if they just got him. It was kind of
random.
It was kind of interesting. Yeah. And I got one more for you here. This one I never heard of, and haven't watched it yet. But it's a movie called Daryl.
You know what? That's cool. I think I don't have that, or I might have it.
And
But that's it's so 80s stuff. That kind of reminds me of I don't think it's the same thing, but it's like I feel like it came out around the time of War Games and
Yeah.
it looks
You know,
like
Flight of the
it's,
Intruder.
yeah,
This
like they were
is-
trying to
is-
work in on the computer of the computer enemy.
War Games.
like 85.
I said
and
War
it's,
Games, Bill.
War Games.
so it's
Yeah.
basically
Broderick.
this kid. It looks like it's the kid from Neverending Story. But he's like some math whiz, video game whiz, and I don't know. It looks kind of interesting. It looks like that's Michael McKean right there.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
So, but
Lenny?
yeah, this one I'd never heard of before,
Lenny.
and
Better Call Saul now. That's a whole different generation will not even know him as Lenny and Squiggy. How sad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Or that Spinal Tap movie, I guess.
yeah. So this was probably my favorite find.
That's a good one, man. I would have
From
snagged that for
movies-
sure. Oh,
movies
I
to
love all
go.
that. Oh, you need to take a picture of that.
This was looks like a rental place from San Luis and Santa Maria.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So those are all my recent pickups.
Sweet. Where are you putting all these? You got new shelves?
No. I've been kind of delegating some of the fluff to boxes in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
So just keeping the good stuff.
It happens.
But, yeah, I don't pick up. I just pick up stuff that I kind of want to watch. I don't.
You know,
go
the thing
too
about it
crazy.
though, Matt and Bill, the stuff is cheap. So you pick it up, and if you enjoy it, even if it's just a time or two, and then you want to get rid of it, I mean, it's a rental. It's less than a month of Netflix or whatever. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
some of it sticks around. Some of it gets put into a box in the garage. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I look at it. But some of it's, to me, is going to live with me until I die, or they're going to have to, throw it in a casket with me or build a casket out of it, one or the other.
There you go.
Take it
That's
to
a
the
good
grave.
idea.
Yeah.
Big VHS sleeve.
Yeah. That'd be a good one.
Shit. All right. Well, thanks, Matt, for coming by and showing us
You're
your
welcome.
hot picks. That was cool. Rutger Hauer stuff. Blind Fury. Love the Blind Fury.
Yeah.
Yep. So look for Matt. Hopefully we'll get a collector's going on Start to Continue maybe next week.
I got a bunch of stuff to show.
So do I. I got just
A lot of new
piles.
music, a lot of new records and tapes, and a bunch of CDs.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to that on Start to Continue. Right? Anything else? Is that good? Are you good with Matt? You got anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, good seeing you, Matt.
Good seeing
Yeah,
you.
you too. Is the show? Are you wrapping up, or are you?
Oh, no,
you
I
got
mean,
more to
wait.
show?
No, we're still showing.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to stick around or you want to disappear?
It's up to you. I got time, so
Well, pop them down in the corner, Bill. I got something to show.
Holy.
So, Bill, as I've told you, but you don't pay attention, it's good to make friends, Bill, because sometimes they just give you shit. Okay? See this big box here? This is all horror tapes.
oh,
All horror. A lot of them I didn't even have. Now, a lot of them I do have, but I will rehome,
is that a
trade.
bandy box?
There could be some in here. I did get the package from you, Matt.
Good.
I got it. That's what I was going to call you about earlier, but whatever. We can get to that. But I wanted to show this though, so I can distribute this to the different places without breaking up what's in here. But anyway, so here's kind of a shot of it, and I'll just kind of go over some of the highlights here that I'm glad
All horror. You lied.
This is well, okay. What's not
exactly.
the platoon?
Platoon.
I put that in there myself. That's
That's, just
that's
a
not what he
placeholder.
gave me.
Me, myself, and Irene.
That I put in there myself.
Schindler's List.
There is no Schindler's List.
Well,
in
that's
there.
debatable.
That's true.
I put Schindler's. I put it me, myself, and Irene here. I put Platoon. I put the Sony blank in here. Everything else is horror, and he gave it to me. The guy, he made a connection at the store, and the guy just made a box. And when he came, he said, "Here, take it." So he gave it to me. Anyway, one other quick thing. The same guy gave me a laser disc player. So now I got a laser disc. And he even gave me a couple laser discs.
Swamp Thing. Nice. That's awesome, dude.
And
With a player.
With a player, working player that does a flip. He
Nice.
said, though, the thing needs to be greased. It's a Pioneer.
Cool.
And it was even an educational one, so it's kind of a little rare. It has like this little like a little deal at the beginning. You have to plug something in, but you can like if you're showing slides or whatever, you can hit the button, it'll skip, and so it looks pretty cool. But I don't know if I'll even use that. Lawnmower Man, and look at this cover. Woo,
oh, nice.
Yeah. So
that's why that's different from the other artwork.
I've never seen that.
This is
cool.
Here's a pic of Bill on a typical Friday night.
Oh, top right. Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, Leather Daddy.
Yeah, yeah. But
let me see the cover again. Is that was hand drawn?
It looks like it.
Painted? Yeah, that's
yeah.
legit, man.
It looks like it to me. That looks fucking awesome. And it's got like they're doing the draw on both sides.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool as hell. And the guy's just a cool dude. When you make friends, Bill, things like this happen. Anyways, in this box, it also had a sealed Elm Street 2. Sealed.
God damn
Look
it.
at that. Sealed. Look at this beauty. Look at that.
Send that to the graders.
Yeah, no. We'll find out what we're going to do with that later. But I'll go over some of the tapes I didn't have. I mean, you did see the Me, Myself, and Irene. This was actually, when I brought it in from the garage, I had a couple tapes sticking out that I wanted to bring in because I've never watched this movie. So
you've never seen that movie?
Nope. Never watched that. Never watched Cable Guy. I need to watch both of them.
That movie is underrated, Jim Carrey. It is so good.
Yeah, I know.
Can I
got
tell you about the TV edit of Me, Myself, and Irene? Because
Yeah,
it has
go
a
ahead.
funny TV edit. Bandy, you'll remember there's a scene where he goes to the grocery store. They're on the road, and they have to make a stop for supplies or whatever, and he spends all of his money on like X-rated movies, and he gets a big floppy ding dong. Well, for the TV edit, they couldn't show the ding dong, so they superimposed a big giant salami. And it even had a label on it saying, German salami. It's just hilarious, and it moved around the frame with them.
Correctly, it kind of wobbled.
Yeah, there was big salami there. It was hilarious TV edit.
Sounds funny. No, I've never seen the movie, so thanks for ruining it for me. Now it won't be funny.
Yeah, it's ruined.
It's completely ruined. Anyway, so these are the 1, 2, 3. These are the 6 that are going right into the collection. One is an upgrade, and I actually already upgraded. I'll just show okay, this was my copy, which actually looks kind of cool. I kind of debated because it has like the wear around and it kind of looks cool. This one he gave me looks like it was brand new. I mean, it is perfect. So I went ahead and upgraded. So this is the one I'm throwing into the pile to get rid of. And I already had this, but this was a slight upgrade. So this is like one of the lesser versions to get. It's not the worst. The MPI is probably maybe the third down.
No, when you say worst, what makes it worse?
We're talking about like you have your top of the top would be the wizard print. And then there is this other one called, actually this is probably the fourth. There's another one. I can't think of the name of it. I forget the distributor, but there's like this next one that's might even be rarer than the wizard. It's debatable, wizard or this other one. They're very early releases, very hard to find. And then the next one down, the third one would be the media release, which I have that. this would probably be the fourth as far as value or desired. And then there's the next one would be there is a video treasures, so that would be the last one. So in my ranking, my unofficial ranking, anyways. But
quality of like distributor quality of tape is fine though.
Everything.
On those?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you pop this in, it would look just fine. I mean, it's not recorded in EP or anything, but I think the video treasures might be. It's way over there, so I can't tell. But there is a pecking order in these things. You guys know. You know, Bill doesn't know, but you know, Matt. Bill don't know. He just takes whatever.
Canadian ones on the top.
Yeah.
So are those all going to Canada? Is what you're saying?
I mean, if you want that copy, sure. You every time I try to give you tape later on, you say it in the show. See, this is what people don't know. Then later on, I'm like, hey, so you wanted that copy of Halloween 2? No. What? No. Why would I want that? Because you said you wanted it.
Not true.
And you're like, no.
He just likes to put on air.
I don't want that. I won't watch it. It's fine. Just keep it.
No, you told me that about like someone's wedding. Did I want that tape?
No. When
good.
I was going through the stuff, I had your Grateful Dead tape and I had the Night of the Comet, and I was like, you wanted this in the Friday and the Nightmare on Elm Street, right? And you're like, no.
That's not true.
That is true.
Oh, no, you said a home recording of that shit.
I did not say a home recording. That was a different conversation.
Okay.
I offered to dub you one of the broadcasts.
Yeah,
and you said you don't want it. And I'm like, that's fine. But I was like, you want this? And you're like, no, I don't want that shit. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's $20 tape. No? Okay.
I do want that shit. You misunderstood me, sir.
All right. And then this is the Blockbuster one. No, I was going to send it to him. This used to belong to Dorothy East. So if you want it, come and get it. All right. Because I got your shit, Dorothy. All right. So this is the stuff I'm keeping. This is the only other upgrade. This is a better print of the Rosemary's Baby. The one I have was like a collector's edition or something like that. But this is the earlier print. I just like the simplicity of it. It's very clean. I think there's even an earlier one, though, that has a gatefold. This does not, I think. I'm not sure, but a lot of them from this time had gatefolds. So, yeah, they're fun to watch, Derek. Yeah, so that is that's going into the collection. I've never seen this movie before, but what's funny is I looked up a review video, and the guy's video was basically I just watched the movie without having to watch it because he went on every single point, and I was like, by the time I figured out that's what he was doing, I thought, well, I'm already this deep. So it's called Deadly Dreams, and it's okay. I mean, I feel like I've already watched the movie already, but it's kind of cool. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. You know, somebody bought it for $2.99, so that one's going into the collection. Ironically, I just got part 2 of this, even though it's sealed, but it's only worth like $15, so I'm gonna probably open that sealed copy. And now I got part 3. So this, I think there was only an original trilogy of this. I don't think it went to 4 originally. So
I didn't even know they did a third one.
Yeah, but what I like about it is they kept the same main bad guy through all of them. So there is some continuity here. I think the quality continued to drop, but at least it had the same guy. You know what I mean? This one I know Duke's still not around because I don't see him chiming in, but this one will make him happy. I did not have this sequel. The Bride of the Reanimator.
Oh, nice.
Nice little, you know, sturdy copy from America. See, look at that. Really clean. I think it's about a $15, maybe $20 tape. This one, if this was the media version, it would be worth about $100. But I still think this one goes for like 30, even though it's video treasures. But it's kind of desired this Mother's Day. I believe this is a trauma movie, but I'm sure it is by looking at this guy in the back. It looks like a trauma movie, but I'm kind of looking forward. Look at like Video Treasures just went all out. You know what I mean? Look at that.
They
I would
typed it at least.
Was that a
You know
dot
what?
matrix?
I'm curious if they I should go to that building. Can you imagine if there's some Video Treasure crap still in this building? Like if it's just abandoned? I would go in too. I'd kick that door in.
We know.
And the last one going into the collection is another one that I had been on the fence about buying because I just kind of wanted to finish the trilogy. And I think this is another one where like the first one is really good. Very like it's definitely a cult classic as well. The second one's good too. It's a little underrated. And I think people talk about this one being the same. I've never seen it though, so I really don't know. But The Return of the Living Dead 3.
Yeah.
So this is
I
another
hear
one
that
that's
one's
kind of going
better
up.
than the second one.
And
I've never
I
seen-
think I've heard that too, but I know I have a friend who really likes the second one, so I haven't watched that one either. So I'm gonna.
I've
give
only
them
ever
both.
seen the first.
I think the first
Yeah, I
one's
didn't know
awesome.
there was
I
three.
love the first one. And,
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah,
That's cool.
heck yeah. So there you go. And then I just picked this up at the thrift for $1. I'm gonna flip it though, but I think it goes for like $20-25. But it says it's a Western, but I feel like there might be some I don't know. Maybe I'm just making an assumption on this drawing, but I really don't think that guy's Native American, but I don't know. I mean, maybe he's mixed. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's called A Man Called Horse Part 3 and
Part
Triumphs of the Man Called. Yeah, it's the third one. But it's a Thorn video, and these typically are a little desired, the cases, and they always have like these cool little labels on them. But I don't know, it cost me $1. We'll see. It does have a sticker on. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It does have a sticker. And this was from Eureka, California. It's called Off to the Movies. So I will be sending that in to Stuck on VHS. And there you go. Oh, let me, since you're on, Matt, let me show the stuff. I was gonna do an unboxing, but hell, you're already here, so we'll just pretend I'm opening the box right now. Rip.
Oh,
all right. Yeah. And first off, I'll start with the ephemera. This is really cool, dude. I don't really wear pins a lot, but I'm gonna find a place for this one because I fucking love
you
that.
like that,
Dude. That shit's awesome. That's fucking cool. Look at that, Bill. When your good friend sends you something.
Well, I see bars and tone all day at my work, so
yeah. And then nice little cassette single of Dream Warriors.
Huh. What?
Yeah. What about that, Bill?
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. All right. Now, I was there with him when he got these tapes, and then I always kind of felt a little bad because I found the sister tape, and I probably should have just gave it to him. But it didn't matter. He would have gave it back. But me and Matt, we went yard selling, and he caught me slipping, or he went to the drawer, the right side of the drawer. I don't know, however you want to call it. He found some good shit, and so I was like, oh, I went to the other side and looked, and I found this tape, which is just like one of these. You'd probably buy these in bike shops. Ironically, it was by Video Treasures too. You'd probably buy these in bike shops, kind of show you how to freestyle, do some aerials on your BMX. But Matt found this one, which look at this fucking guy. He was getting all of it. You know what I mean? Look at that dude. No socks.
No socks.
Look at that. You got Not a Care in the World. He probably has a swatch on. You have the
crew neck shirt.
Look at that. Look, even high water's going on there. That dude was the man. He was beating him off with both hands. Look at this in the back. Him doing a little high five with his buddy. Dude, this is awesome. I'm going to learn how to do this stuff now.
It's not so much I thought it was going to be more like an instructional how-to video, but it's not. It's just like them. It's awesome. It's a fun watch. Yeah.
You would have to hey, imagine it's only 30 minutes, Bill. Why couldn't we put these up on the channel? Like, who's coming after us?
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
You think Scimitar is still around? Come on.
Scimitar?
You think they're still around?
Oh, that's a cool logo.
There's
We
a
could
little
just
bit of
mark it all
one of
off.
them has a little bit of skateboarding in it too.
We could change. Yeah, it does say snowboarding too. Even we could just change the channel and put Midnight is Flashing parent company Scimitar. Who's gonna know?
Yeah.
We got the license on it. I would. This is this kind of shit though. This one, Matt, that drives collectors nuts, right? Not the tape. The tape was like, I think it's that same dude. So this is like probably a part 2 to that last guy. But look at this, Bill. What?
Oh yeah, upside down.
What is
Weird.
this shit? You take it down for the why? Who
Because
did
that's
that?
how rad they are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is this. Oh, that would have drove me nuts.
That's
But-
radical.
Yeah, I know it's something. Now you're gonna love this one, Bill, because this should be right up your alley if you were cool. I did take it out of the little shaken whatever
Shake and
steak,
bake.
shake and bake case or whatever. But look at that. You ever watch this cartoon, Bill?
You know I did. We
I
talked
know you
about
did.
it before.
I know. Look at
I
that.
love that.
Oh man, look at that art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. So thank you, Matt. We kind of
Yeah,
had an
you're welcome.
unofficial kind of trade going. It was a loose trade, but I got your stuff over there, buddy. I would have had it off in the mail, but I misplaced. I was gonna send you that Cyborg 2, and I haven't found it. So
No, where's that?
I know. I
All
just
good.
wanted you to know. I was actually gonna send this shit off last week, and I can't find it. But I mean, it didn't leave the house. It's around here somewhere. So. But this is probably my favorite thing out of all of it, though, because I'm a sucker for this stuff. But he found that, of course, this is something you want to look for, Bill. Look at the age of this BASF. I think they died in like '89. But look at that, fantastic colors. It says because that was the thing. They really wanted you to know that they had good color because these early VHS tapes all had little rainbows or color grids or whatever, but this had TV shows on it, and me and Matt kind of did a live look through one day in FaceTime. Remember that, Matt?
Yeah.
And it had the Asteroids miniseries on there, and it had commercials, but there was some other stuff on there. But
Yeah, the stuff like from '91 was the older stuff. In the
Right.
Asteroids, they taped over that. Had that been all the '91 stuff, it would
Yeah.
have been
that would have been
gold.
killer. But
Because
there is some
It's at the like the last 10 or so minutes of the tape.
right.
There's some cool
But-
stuff.
Either way, it's cool, and I will mine through it and find some good stuff and be uploading
Go
it
there
soon.
in tag. There's like some McGruff crime drug,
Yeah,
and I was gonna label what was on there for you, but
that's all right. That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
I'll get to it, and Zuckerberg can send me another check. I got another check from him on the 21st, so I appreciate that, Zuck. If you're watching, appreciate it, buddy. Keep them coming. How's yours going, Bill?
Just no one else
Oh,
put anything else up. Don't even think about it.
yeah.
Not cool.
This poor guy. You want to tell the story,
Not
Bill?
cool. What? About what?
Your planes, trains, and automobiles story?
Well, we talked about how I got that clip from Planes, Trains on the tape, so I did throw it up on TikTok, and then it was promptly they stripped the audio from it,
Yeah,
saying I don't know, it was copyright or something.
right.
And then what? A week later, another account put it up, and they got to keep their audio.
Yeah.
was
That's
that
why
account,
when you send
Planet
me
of
the tape, no, it will be. When you send me that tape and I upload it and it stands, that's going to really be like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, but that's the way it is. That's what I got to deal with. It's okay.
They don't deal with Canadians very well, do they, Bill? You're
Nope.
getting it on all sides from all the people, from Google,
All platforms, they're on to me.
TikTok, all of them.
All right, what do you want me to keep going? Or
Yeah,
you,
I mean, you still have a box. I'm done. That's it.
you're
I
done.
have
You
nothing
didn't get
else
any other boxes from your friends or anything like that?
Well, that same friend, I don't have it within reach, so we'll continue this on another episode. They gave me all these horror tapes, which also had things like The Thing in there and little vampires. I don't even know if that's considered horror, but it's kind of fun.
Mhm.
got a little Friday the 13th action going on here. You know what I mean? Even though I will give you guys a little tip though. If you're going to buy these online, this is what you want to look for. This is what you don't want. You don't want to see those little symbols on the back. That's almost the same as seeing Canada on there, except basically what it's telling you is that these are an EP.
Yeah.
Look how that is. That's this.
I
trash.
have which one's that? Is that 2?
One in 5.
Okay. I have 2. I think 2 on EP, and it looks garbage.
Yeah.
What were the symbols? Like that gateway thing? I missed what
Yeah,
It looks like a stained glass
okay.
window.
Gateway. It's the, I guess, I don't know if they were who did I don't know, but you'll see it. People will say gateway. Like a good tape trader. If he has these up, he'll be sure to put gateway in there. So then like, okay, if you want these lesser copies, that's why they're $5. Is because they're gateway. This is actually going to VHS Mikey. I already have the better copy, but he doesn't care about things like that. But this is what I'm kind of interested in, though. So it's a creep show too, but I'm gonna probably have to watch it first and check out those coming attractions.
Yeah,
see what that is.
Put them on the channel.
Yeah, for sure. Up on CWR2 on Instagram. See a little real action there.
Yeah, put it there.
And then here's another example of garbage. This Cujo, again, recorded an EP. So you don't want this kind of stuff. So if you see these cases, I mean, unless you just really need it, I'd just let it go and save the buck or the loony. This was also a double, but I'm kind of bummed that they decided to try to tear this little sticker off because a lot of this stuff was from Blockbuster, and he did leave them on. I just forgot which ones have it, but it had this youth restricted on here.
Oh,
the little Blockbuster deal, and for whatever reason, the guy decided to take it off. So it's kind of a dick move.
How is that movie? I always remember seeing that.
Well, this isn't bad. This is the 80s version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. This thing has been remade many times. You have the 50s version that's kind of supposed to be like the subtext of communism. Then you have the 70s, which is obviously the superior one.
Yeah, I just watched it for the first time.
What? The 70s one?
Yeah, after you and Duke talked about it on the Retro Nonsense podcast.
And?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
A great cast too.
Yeah.
I saw that as a kid. That was one. That would be another TV broadcast I'd love to have. But I remember watching that with my parents. I don't know, early 80s on ABC, I guess, or CBS. I'm pretty sure it was ABC. They usually showed the horror movies. But anyways, this one's not bad. This is an 80s body snatcher. And then there's one other one that I can think of offhand, the one with Nicole Kidman, just called Invasion. So this one went Body Snatchers, then they go Invasion. So they keep flipping the titles around. And that one's not bad either. I mean, it's not great, but it's a fun little watch. But it's definitely nothing compared to the 70s version. Yeah, that's about it for that box. So, but he did also, Bill, in case you were curious what else he gave me, is a whole box of TV recordings that the guy was telling him, we used to just throw these away. We didn't know people wanted them. So now the guy's going to start keeping them. So and every time he goes through that area, this guy is going to pick me up a box. First tape I popped in said soap operas, right? Matter of fact, I think the tape's right here. Okay, it says soaps. Pop it in. Beekman's World.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's funny because you could tell like this was mom's soap tape, and dad. The reason it had Beekman's World is dad wanted to record a college game, and he must not know how to program the VCR, so he just stuck it in before he left to go do something and hit record. So I recorded Beekman's World and one of those after school specials kind of deal. Not after school, but like one of those kind of things that had like acting, like live actors in it, but it was shown during Saturdays. And then right after I went into a college game, and then eventually, and then mom must have got home and said, "What the fuck?" and shut it off because it didn't even finish the college game, and then it went back into her soap. So I feel like someone might have got divorced over this tape.
I loved Beekman's World.
Yeah, I do have a
That show was
DVD.
funny.
I do have a DVD of it. That's the best of Beekman's World, and I got these little DVD VCR burners down here. I can burn you a copy.
That was the Beekman's World was like Bill Nye the Science Guy, but funnier and cool.
Oh, it was way better than Bill Nye. I thought Bill Nye was
Yeah.
good, but Beekman's World was far superior. I feel like Bill Nye got the cred for some reason. Like I think people remember him, but Beekman's World was a much better show.
Those
I don't
weird,
think that was in Canada.
Penguins.
It was my brother's era though, but I would watch it with him and my oldest son when they were really little. So it's cool
It
stuff.
was kind of like it was like a science. It was like almost like Pee Wee Herman meets science.
Yeah, that's exactly how I describe it. It was a blend of Pee Wee's Playhouse with a science. It had all these little characters and
the giant rat.
Yeah, the giant rat.
Yeah.
All right, Bill. You gonna show anything else? We got like 14 minutes.
Yeah, of course, man.
We'll do it.
No other boxes from More Friends? Nothing from Canada?
Well, I do have that, but I'm saving that because that's over there in the closet. So next week, I will have the Bill box.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Who?
For our next episode. I got a Bill box. Well, I actually had multiple boxes, but I'm going to condense it to one good box.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow,
Not that I dislike the other stuff, but I just want to show the cream of the crop.
Bill was being passive aggressive, asking if there was another friend box.
Yeah.
What?
I get it.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's just curious. Curious. All right, let me grab a bunch here. We started with Scream. That was Scream 3. So here's Scream Deuce.
That's Canadian too, isn't it? Is that Canadian?
Is it? Yeah, Alliance down there. Oh, man. But that's a cover you don't have, right?
I do have that. That's the standard cover.
Now with the Alliance on there, what's this?
Well, no.
It's a variant.
Dino's video.
You got to send that in.
Dino, that's.
I don't know if you caught the latest.
Is that Dino Bravo? Dino Bravo?
He might have had a video store. Did you get the latest? I don't know if you got any of them, but did you get the latest issue, Matt, of Stuck on VHS? This is Bill's copy because I ordered him one. But
no, I haven't.
We're all in it, man.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, like I got I think 9 or 10 stickers in this, maybe even more. And, Bill even got a few in, and we both got our names in the beginning, and we got published, man. Look at that shit.
That's cool.
There we go. Let me see where we are. There's me, and there's Bill. I will say Bill did get top billing. Yeah, he did.
Right. Top billing.
It's alphabetical order, dude. Look, BATBI. It's just alphabetical order, dude.
I don't know. Mine were higher quality labels. Like they were more rare.
Okay. I got a personal thank you. Did you?
Oh,
yep.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready? Can I keep going?
Let's go. What? No, I just wanted to give you a shout out, Bill.
Yeah, thank you. How about this shiny? I know what you did last summer.
That's pretty cool.
Shiny. This is still in the Scream vein since it was written by the same. Is this Alliance too? No.
Yeah.
This is,
I see that thing on the right. Isn't that a Canadian thing?
Well, the rating thing, that's just a sticker on there.
Oh, okay. Well, then that looks like it might actually be a real deal there, buddy.
Yeah, well, they're all real deals.
Well,
or real deals, as you would call it. And then, some Red Dragon. These are all from that box.
That was a Blockbuster. That's kind of cool. You know, you could track down that Blockbuster store by that number.
Well, it was probably the one in my town here.
Well, I know, but you could type in Blockbuster Video and type in that number, and it'll pop up on a map. I've done it before. It's kind of cool.
What is your favorite Casper Van Dien movie that also has Robert Englund in it? All right, this is some tagline trivia.
don't know.
He's already got the stars, folks, so it's super easy. It's a tagline, this year's Lake Placid.
Come
on.
Is it Croc?
So easy. 60 feet of pure terror.
What's that? It's like Alligator or Croc or something. It's an alligator movie.
How about Python 1 and 2 here?
Oh, nice.
It. Oh God, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was in that. God, Robert must have really been down on his luck, and you broke that other tape, and we're just trying to ignore it. But
no, he was a serious role here. Shirt and tie.
Wow, I wonder if he got eaten by the python.
Yeah, they all got eaten by. There's Python 2. The beast is back.
Horrible. But he's not in that one though.
That's Billy Zabka, Dana Ashbrook, and Simone Jade McKinnon.
You know, when his name's like that, what's the point of putting him on the box? You know what I mean? Like, what do you got? Come on.
Okay. Oh boy. We're getting some goods here. We got another horror sticker. Let's see if there's a tagline I can give you. Looks like they didn't give one because the movie is that big. They didn't need one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, now that's a good find. You found that?
This was in that box, the yard sale box. And this is serious sticker here. Like it's got raised numbers. And
that's the best tape you've ever pulled, Bill.
Really? That's it.
I love that movie. Have you ever watched it?
Cover. Not this version. I watched
You've never seen that?
The 60s version.
Man, that's so good.
Sucks, dude. I mean, it's fine for what it was, but it's like, oh no, the blob's coming, and it's like 8 miles from them, barely moving.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, like no, this one's dope, man. Yeah, that's good. You got a real copy too. Ooh,
yeah, awesome. Isn't that in great shape?
Dude, if you're not keeping that, just send it to me and I'll find a place for it because I have it, but you know.
It doesn't come close to this Whoopi Goldberg movie, though. See if you can get this tagline trivia. Right. The world's toughest cop is getting a brand new partner. He's a real blast from the past.
Is that the one with Ted Danson?
No, I don't think so. No. Whoopi's pretty thin in this movie, though. She's in good shape.
What's the first letter of the first word?
No, you're not.
I would have never got it.
Come on.
Yeah, Theodore Rex.
Theodore Ass Rex? What is that?
That's their unfortunate category number.
It looks like ass.
Like you're getting this movie if you see that cover.
No chance. I don't even remember that movie, but I think I need to have that. That's awesome.
She looks more like the T-Rex now.
Yeah.
Alliance Video, so Chris does not want it. That's
no, probably not, but I can find an American version.
Oh, there's a classic Pretty Woman.
That's good.
Look at those boots.
I went to that hotel or the motel. It's crazy how Hollywood Magic makes things look a certain way. You should see how narrow this street is. You know that hotel where the prostitutes live, where he pulls up in his car at the end and she comes down and all that. He climbs up the deal to get her. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a cramped area. It's crazy, Hollywood Magic. It makes it look like it's on this big street in this big busy town, and it's in this little side street in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's not nowhere, it's in the middle of LA, but it's just this random neighborhood.
So some more tagline trivia for you. There's no reason not to get this for Chris Roberts. Someone's taken their love of scary movies one step too far.
Well, that sounds like another Scream tagline, but it's probably not. I don't know, Bill.
I tried to get you at Scream.
Oh, yeah. Just say it sounds like Scream.
Yeah, totally. It's got that flat cover again with this one.
Yeah.
So we got all three here. All Canadian. The Canadian.
Yeah,
group.
I don't like them, man.
So much more desirable.
But that's
I do like that matte finish. Movie. I like the flat.
Yeah. I
Just
mean, this is different. I wouldn't mind having that one,
Yeah,
but
see?
the sequels, I wouldn't care about the sequels.
How about that Sandra Bullock
How
in
about
the
her?
Speed 2.
special unrated version of Fire on the Amazon? Things get really scorching on the Amazon.
Unrated? I mean, what are we talking here? She's showing boobs?
Doubt it.
I mean,
There's probably some Amazonian boobs.
some butt.
That's right. Yeah. 18 plus on here. And we got another dino
18
video.
plus? What?
Yeah.
That's
18 plus.
Canadian stuff, though. In America, they wouldn't do that. Well, I guess that's your rated R, right? But it says it's unrated. I don't know.
Well, the home video
Yeah.
still had to go through the business. And Sandra Bullock, a comedy you can't refuse.
Miss Congeniality. Dang it.
Me and the Mob.
You remember that one?
I didn't know, but I mean, I knew it had a mob vibe because of the tagline, but I don't even remember that movie. You remember that movie, Bill?
No, not at all. But this Front Row Entertainment, that's a red flag, like your Gateway business.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Ooh. God dang.
Is there any tape in you? Yeah.
I've never seen a reel that big or a spool that big. Like,
That's what she said.
after seeing that tape she did.
You want me to wrap things up here?
No, we got 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes. How about some? Oh, there's got to be a tagline here I can get you on. I don't see any though.
You know, that burned your ass when I said that scream based on the Argonauts. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
That's got that one guy that Henry dude or Rising House or something.
Ray.
Oh, Harryhausen.
Yeah.
Harry something.
That's right. No other stickers on there.
Yeah, Derek, I think they just took those old tapes and used them.
And then there are a couple of these old rental cases or something.
Good deal.
They put. Oh, I guess they must have lost the covers. There's
Well, they were just a rental. Sometimes they threw the cases out.
Oh, that's true.
The boxes went in the garbage.
American Werewolf in Paris.
I've never watched that one. Have you?
No.
Honestly, I think the first one's overrated.
Oh,
I'm not a fan.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that. I like that.
It's not that good of a movie. Rewatch it. When's the last time you've seen it?
2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Well, I guess that's pretty fresh.
Scary movie.
Oh, Scary Movie 2? That's a good one. Chris Elliott.
Oh, another home recording here.
Oh.
Last of the Mohicans.
I think Rip, old podcast partner, like put that on one of his top 10 lists, and we just made fun of him the whole time.
We had to watch that in school.
With the episode we had Layla and Curtis on, and I forgot the movie that Curtis chose, and he was kind of making fun of Curtis for that, and then he picked Last of the Mohicans, and Curtis was like, I bet you, I forgot the other movie, but let's just say it was Forrest Gump or whatever. I bet you this has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score. And he goes, no way, no chance, no chance. And Curtis looked it up, and sure as shit, the crappy movie that Curtis picked was better than the crappy movie that Rip picked. I actually think Curtis picked a decent movie, and I don't even remember the Last of the Mohicans, but I imagine there probably wasn't a lot of Mohicans in it.
No, there's Mohicans, all right.
Not real ones.
No,
they're gone, or the premise of the movie would be false.
Yeah, they were getting slaughtered. Yeah. Some more. No labels on here, but this does say it has Piranha, which if it's the original,
so why don't you put
I
that
love
in?
that movie.
That's a good movie.
That's probably the remake.
I would
I
think.
want to ruin it for you. No, it's probably the original. The remake came out when it was just DVD.
Who did Piranha 2? Wasn't that
Nothing.
kind of a big name director?
Piranha 2?
I don't know. It's way over there.
No.
James Cameron didn't do that, did he?
No, he might have. That
Yeah,
sounds kind of
that's
familiar.
ringing a bell.
That actually sounds kind of familiar.
All this says is Ron James. You guys know who Ron James is?
Let's hope it's not related to Ron
Yeah.
Jeremy.
That might be code. That might be
Right.
old,
It could be.
hidden,
we
hidden
do
in
have
plain
a-
sight.
We do have a Canadian comic named Ron James, so
Oh, of course you
what
do.
that could but I'm gonna leave something for next time. But that's a good chunk of the box taken care of.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm impressed with that box. I mean, just that blob alone, I would have paid $5 for. So, and the screams. I mean, I know you don't care about them, and you're gonna try to get rid of them, but I mean, those are good tapes to have. It's a good box.
Thank
Can't
you.
believe that lady had so many horror tapes. But I'm really curious about. So you got that Jaws, so that was in there, right?
Yep.
You had the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles in it, right?
Yep.
That box was a gold mine. And then you still haven't even looked at that Piranha. I'm assuming there's commercials on it because it feels like they only recorded off of TV.
Yeah, I've only looked at Planes, Trains, and now Jaws, and they all have ads in them. But they're all late, or not late, but they're all 2000s, like mid 2000s.
I'm looking forward to when I get my copies of those. So that's a good deal.
Well, we'll use that content on our brand here, Midnight is Flashing, and associated properties.
It's just going to get taken down. You don't know what to do with it.
That's true. Yeah,
You don't know what you're doing.
I can't be attached to any of it. You're right.
Yeah, if you put it up, it'll get taken down. What I'll do is I'll make my little reels, and then I will just upload them, and you'll have my brand of it, and they'll actually get to stay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's that. Are you happy with this episode? Are you good? Did you get it all?
Good. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. Good.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah, it's always good to get you in here. Sorry we weren't able to get to you in the last episode.
So good.
If you watched it, you kind of know what was going on. It was we had a lot to get in a short amount of time, and didn't work out. I blame Bill though. I mean,
Well, yeah, obviously.
he didn't send out no code or anything. You know, I can't do it on my end because the email's not. It's just too much trauma. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there was a lot of worship going on, so I couldn't interrupt the worship.
He's just so jealous, man.
That's true.
Look at this guy. He's so
I am jealous. I'm allowed. Come on. Well, thanks everyone in the chat for joining us, and definitely Matt Bandy for calling in and joining us live in the show. Anyone can do that. Just send us a note and we can get you on and show us your tapes. You don't have to hang in for the whole thing like a superstar Matt Bandy does, but whatever you want to do, we're here to accommodate. If you like Matt's stuff, look for him next week. Start to continue. Hopefully there'll be an episode of Collectors coming up. We'll have the gang back together. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. I don't know. It's coming. We're due. So look for that. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and tell your friends about Midnight is Flashing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Bill puts a lot of effort into this. So
that's true. If you do want to see, we talked about TV edits. I did put up the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles rental store TV version on this channel where you get to see all the F's replaced with something else.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So that's fun. And
I do remember seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll get the BMX stuff up here. We'll get some stuff.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out last week's episode. Lunch meat on here.
Oh, I don't have it nearby, but I found the greatest tape. Sorry, real quick. Skydiving. And it shows this guy doing a skydiving thing, but it's like this carny dude. It's almost like a hype video for this skydiving place. It's only about like 8 minutes long or something, so that'll be an easy upload. It's as gold, man. It's pure late 90s, early 2000s trash. It's almost like this guy. I'm surprised this guy made it. Like, I would have never got on this guy's plane. I'm just saying. I would have once I saw that dude, I would have been like, "Not you packed my chute? No chance."
Yeah,
would have never done it. Anyways, sorry, Bill. Go ahead.
No,
little bit of a teaser. I'll try to get some. Maybe I could just next week. Next time we record, I'll just put it on one of these TVs and we'll just watch it. It'll be great.
Yeah, good idea. Don't forget to follow Chris Roberts over at Planet of the Tapes on TikTok. Is that your name over there?
Yep.
On TikTok?
And just CWR2 on Instagram. Come see some reels.
Yep. And
Things blowing up. I'm making a few bucks. I'm investing it back into this. So if you want to support this, watch some reels and share them.
send him tapes. He'll pay for shipping. He said that.
I mean, if it's good stuff,
Totally.
for sure. You know, or if you want to just donate them, like Metal Jesus, you know, I will send you a donation slip. I'm sure the tax man will be fine with that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. We're ending it. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.